Ok, top à la 4.
5, il y aura un jingle après.
3, 2, 1.
We've identified 4 key drivers for sustainable innovation in the future. The first one is regulation. Obviously, regulation accelerates the transformation of companies. The second one is consumer. Consumer, we know today they expect more from companies than just new products, new innovative products. And that may be why the marketing is more and more involved in innovation today, because we have to meet the market. The third one is financing. And we see how recovery plans, how the Green Deal from Europe, how new subsidies, new incentives are going to help countries to innovate quicker on those subjects. And the last one is ecosystem. As we saw at the beginning of the study, ecosystem is key, positive ecosystem is key. And I think that's also why we're here, to share our ecosystems.
I see 2 trends, at least at Schneider Electric, that are clearly accelerating, and we already discussed on that. The first one is trend around sustainability. We discussed about that, but I think more and more innovation will only be acceptable when it will be sustainable, I will say. So it's a prerequisite to innovation. And the second is about digital, and we will come back to that, but in Schneider we believe the 2 are linked clearly. And digital has clearly accelerated in innovation.
For companies like Microsoft, Schneider, Michelin, where innovation is really in the DNA of the companies, the wake-up call was not on the fact to innovate or not. I mean, we are always innovating. I'd like to say that the wake-up call is on the way we innovate. Let's face it, we have to change the way we innovate altogether. Because if we continue to do what we did in the past decades, I don't see why we would face the huge societal challenges we have in front of us on a different way. So we have to innovate on the way to innovate, on the how to innovate. Now we have to tackle societal issues. And if I take concrete example in the mobility world, we are facing congestion, pollution at the center of cities. We are facing greenhouse gas emission and climate change and so on. So if we want to tackle these big challenges, the only way to tackle them is to cooperate.
Today we need some tectonic shift in the way private sectors, public sectors, small companies, large companies work all together to find a concrete solution.
There has been some recent study done by Harvard Business School, for instance, on the companies that have invested in 1993 on more sustainable innovation, which today have double the value compared to the same panel that has not invested that much.
You create value for shareholders also for sustainable innovation.
This transformation can be vital in some industry. As a car manufacturer, would I like to pursue my production of diesel vehicles? Do I think that in 10 years from now...
Obviously not, if you watch what they're doing now.
As a tech provider, do I want to keep my data center fueled by diesel? Not. So we're starting to have only renewable energy alimenting our data centers.
I would add the concept of shared value. When we are arriving in a country or when we want to develop a new factory, we have to think immediately about the shared value. Value for the company, value for the local ecosystem, value for the citizen, value for the city. And it's a complex story. But if we don't do that from the beginning, we have a pretty good chance to have any problem in the future if we want to develop in this country. So local operations and local factories or local subsidiaries are key, are central in the all sustainable Michelin policy.
We set up a partnership with them, with their R&D and digital factory, to create a carbon sequestration engine that is powered through microalgae cultivation fueled by CO2. The intent is to produce some marketable product linked to these microalgae, and then to through new materials to redistribute them at scale. And so it's an American company helping a European company, creating some new circular economy structure for the benefits of reducing the carbon emission. And I think that's great what's happening in Italy in this point. Yeah.
I hope you were interested. You can see again the replay to get these interesting facts and figures very, very soon. And thanks for being with us. See you next year.